All right, today we are diving deep into a worldview that claims to hold the hidden secrets of the entire universe. It's a way of looking at things that really challenges everything you think you know about reality and what our place in it is. Let's get right into it. It all starts with this one simple question, a question that's really designed to shake the very foundations of how we see the world. It suggests that the reality we experience every single day, well, it might not be real at all. So, what exactly is this great deception? Well, first, we've got to break down the conventional, materialistic reality that, let's be honest, we've all been taught to just accept without question. So, right here, you have two completely different views of what existence even is. On one side, you've got the standard, scientific view. We're basically just biological machines living in a physical universe made of stuff. But on the other side, you have a totally spiritual perspective. We are beings of pure consciousness. We have souls, and we're connected to some kind of divine source. And in this view, consciousness isn't just a byproduct of the brain, it's the foundation of everything. And this quote right here, it gets straight to the point. This is the big secret at the heart of it all. The universe isn't made of material stuff. It is consciousness. And everything we see, everything we can touch, it's all just a manifestation, a lower frequency version of that single cosmic consciousness. Okay, but how does that even work, right? How does a conscious universe create the solid physical world we experience? Well, to explain it, the source material pulls in a couple of pretty deep philosophical ideas. The first term you gotta know is the noumena. Think of this as the true reality, the raw, spiritual code of the universe. It's described as just pure energy, pure vibrations, consciousness itself, existing way beyond our normal ability to see or measure it. And that, of course, brings us to phenomena. This is the world you and I see every day. According to this worldview, our brains, specifically our left brain, act like a filter. They take that infinite spiritual noumena and they translate it, or dumb it down, into the solid material world we can experience with our five senses. This here basically lays out the whole creation story. It all starts with this single source called the monad. It breathes out, and that breath creates vibrations of pure consciousness. As these vibrations travel out, their frequency starts to slow down until eventually they become so slow and so dense that they formed a physical universe. But here's the key. Even though it seems solid, the material world is never actually separate from its spiritual source. It's all connected. So if we're really spiritual beings in a conscious universe, why are we stuck here in this material world? Why do we feel so cut off from that source? To answer that, the speaker uses a really powerful ancient metaphor. And that metaphor, of course, is Plato's allegory of the cave. You probably know it. Prisoners are chained up, they're forced to watch shadows on a wall, and they completely mistake those shadows for the real thing. The argument here is that this isn't just some old story. It's an exact description of our condition right now. So, what are the shadows on our wall today? According to this worldview, you're looking at them. It's movies, the internet, social media, AI. These are the modern tools that are designed to capture our attention and convince us that this manufactured material reality is the only one there is. But why? Why would anyone do this? The answer is simple: energy. In this worldview, your attention isn't just a passive thing. Your attention is energy. And by controlling what we all focus on, unseen forces can literally harness our collective imagination to build and maintain a reality that serves their interests, not ours. Which, naturally, leads to the next huge question. If we're all just prisoners sitting in a cave of our own making, how in the world do we get out? What does it even mean to be truly free? So, how do we escape this prison? Well, the source describes several paths to freedom, and they range from some pretty radical shortcuts to a much more dedicated, lifelong kind of practice. So the source talks about 3 hacks or shortcuts you can take to get a glimpse of that true reality. First up, psychedelics, which they say can temporarily shut down that material filter in your brain. Second, there's extreme self-denial, fasting, hardship, anything that shifts your focus from the body to the soul. And finally, you have near-death experiences, which can literally allow the soul to leave the physical prison for a moment and enter a realm of pure love and light. But, beyond those hacks, the main path, the one that's been taught by mystics for thousands of years, is meditation.
Now, this is not a quick fix. It's described as a lifelong practice. It's about using your breath to slowly, deliberately sync up your own consciousness with the vibrational flow of the universe, and ultimately learning to see beyond the material illusion entirely. But there's one final tool that's presented, one that's described as maybe the most powerful path of all for really understanding these secrets.
And this, right here, is the core thesis. The argument is that the great books, we're talking works by people like Homer, Plato, Dante, they aren't just stories. They are intentionally built to be maps of the cosmos, containers for the very secrets of the universe that we've been talking about. Now, following this path is no joke. It demands that you completely reject the material world, money, power, fame, all of it, and dedicate your entire life to study. But the reward, according to the source, is just immense. It offers a path to immortality, even godhood. Not by worshiping some figure, but by literally resurrecting the consciousness of humanity's greatest minds inside of yourself. And that's where this whole worldview leaves us. If any of this is correct, then our imagination isn't just for daydreaming. It's the animating force of the universe. We aren't just passive observers. We are active creators. So that leaves us with one last, incredibly powerful question. If your imagination creates reality, what will you create?